I've never been a fan of homeschooling previously because I enjoy the children playing with each other. I thought it was quite important. But when you see the radicalisation of children in schools, I mean, you could send your little girl off to school and she might come back a boy the next afternoon.
Right.
But real physical injuries, not just a phase that they go through. They're just going to be goth for half an hour and come back and you go, that's okay, they'll grow out of the goth thing. This is a more serious trend that we're seeing where children are no longer safe inside the school system.
Absolutely. No, it is serious. And, you know, I was a real tomboy when I was young. I might not seem
you're
like...
a man. If that's the case, you're really just a man.
Yeah, and, you know, I got my school to start a rugby team because I thought, like, netball was just a joke. And you know, I knew I was a female. I boxed. I actually had boxing fights with other girls. I ended up doing a wrestling show for ITV. I got my school to start a rugby team when I was 16 or 17 because I found girly things just like, gross. And I wasn't really girly. But with that said, it never meant that I should have been a boy. It just meant that I wasn't a particularly girly girl at that stage in my life. And they're not letting kids express themselves in any way that they wish. Like, you know,
well, they went to be a page 3 girl. Do you think, like, seriously, if you had grown up in that time and you'd had parents who were not as responsible as yours, or you went to a school that was not responsible, was there a risk that you might have been set on this path that we now see little kids put onto?
Oh, I definitely think they would have said, oh, hold on, Leilani, let's think what you are now. And they would have socially conditioned people because it is a social contagion. I think this, the whole trans thing within kids. I mean, adults can do whatever they want, you know. You want to mutilate your genitals as an adult when you've thought it through. You know, it's no different than these people that...
Get the full face tattoos or have half a pound of metal hanging off their nose. Like, that's
exactly,
okay.
Or they think they're a dragon and they put implants in the face.
If you want to have the ball ring off the bottom, that's no problem. You're an adult, you can do that.
Right, and you've thought it through. But to get prepubescent children or even just, you know, children that have gone through it but are still a little confused, I think it's wrong to affirm it. Like, you know, if it was an anorexic girl, you wouldn't say, okay, let me really help you with this diet and get thinner because you think you're fat.
No, and it doesn't mean that you discriminate against somebody who has a condition. This seems to be a thing where if you're not actively affirming somebody, well, then you're discriminating against them or you hate them. And people don't seem to be able to understand there's a separation where you can treat children who may, because there are still some genuine kids, and there always will be, who are trans, but they should still be left to be adults. I think Blair White spoke about how she insists that children be left until they're at least an adulthood before they make any life-changing decisions.